let's talk about Miss Bala. So at this point, we are going to have a lot of spoilers on our podcast.
Spoilers for everything. Every movie. Well, actually, there's not. Pretty much Miss Bala.
Oh, one or two,
and the
that's
top 10
football
football
movies.
movies
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. So without warning, what are your opening thoughts on Miss Bala?
When I saw the trailer for this, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to see this. And when I saw it, I was like, whatever. That's how I feel.
I could sum this up in one word. Bad. Bad.
Terrible.
I found this movie like you. I don't really watch trailers, as our regular listeners know, unless it's a movie that I don't care to see.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a movie that I watched the trailer to, and like Xavier, no interest in seeing it. And after watching it, I found it was not a believable movie. There was a twist in it that everybody saw coming. We have a girl surrounded by all evil male characters. Every character that Gina Rodriguez's character interacts with is an evil male character. To me, this movie is, everything wrong with Hollywood. It's a whole movie that shouldn't have even happened. And I'll explain why towards the end when I ask Xavier a question that I think will blow his mind on why this movie doesn't even need to happen.
Fair enough. Okay.
So, and one other thing, and we'll talk about this as we really dive deep into this movie, is this is a movie on why people don't trust government, why they don't trust the police. It just portrays them as just bad. Mm-hmm. Bad all around. Bad, bad, bad.
I think this is just more, this person's on their own and she's trying to figure out, she can't trust anybody. You can't trust criminals, you can't trust the police, you can't trust...
It's such a negative idea of society. No wonder our society's messed up. We got movies like this that say, you're on your own, screw the rest of the world, you can't trust anybody but yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's how these young kids that are growing up watching movies, that's what they see now. They grow up and be like, well, I'm in it for number one because society is evil and corrupt.
I don't even think this movie's doing well, though, because when we were in the theater, we saw, all old people. It was pretty empty.
Yeah, but we also went on a Saturday night.
Yeah, right?
Sorry, normally we go.
Right?
Yes.
You think this is the first one kids are going to see? I think they're going to go see more Glass, or
probably, which is worse, but that's another story.
I don't know. I think this is worse.
All right, so let's dive deep into this movie. Let's get our listeners to understand what's going on in this movie. So this movie follows Gloria, who's Gina Rodriguez's character, and she's an LA makeup artist. And
what's up?
Then did you find, even actually before we get started, did you actually find that important at all? The first scene in the movie where she...
Well, just explaining why she's going to Mexico.
No,
that's pretty much
not even that, but she has all of these designs she wants to show this guy. Hey, take a look at all my design. No, you are here to work. That's it.
Yeah. It just seems like she never really had a good life, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking what's the point of that piece of line? It's just a waste.
Because that was never brought up again.
Yeah. So anyway, she's on her way to Tijuana to help her best friend win Miss Bala beauty pageant.
Miss Baja. That's
with
a J. J.
I thought it was Miss Bala.
No.
Isn't the whole name of the movie called Miss Bala?
Yeah, it's called Miss Bala, but it's a play because of the Kavala, the bullet. It's like that. A play on word for that.
So it's Miss Baja.
Yeah, I don't know I don't have a Spanish accent, so I can't say it properly, but it sounds like, so that's why they kind of did it that way.
Okay. So she goes down to Tijuana, she meets her friend, they go sign up for this beauty pageant. And just a little pet peeve about this movie. So they're standing on a desk, and her friend Suzo signs up, and then the person who's working the desk goes to Gloria, would you like to sign up? And she's like, no, I'm here to support my friend. And the girl sitting at the desk is like, yeah, that's probably for the best. And I'm just thinking,
That's so unnecessary. That was
Yeah.
so uncalled for.
Like, Gina Rodriguez is an attractive woman. Like, she would not be the worst person in any beauty pageant.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, wow, that person's just really rude. And then her friend's like, what? What'd you say about my friend? And I'm like, okay, I guess this is just to show us, that line was to show us their bond, their tight bond that they have.
Probably, but I was like, is that showing like that no one thinks she's attractive? Because like from what we saw as the makeup artist, like she's like kind of like no one notices her. But like as the movie goes on, everyone just thinks she's like this most attractive girl in the world. So I'm just like, why is this scene in the movie? Again, just it's a nitpick. I understand that, but I found like what was the point? Anyway, so
sorry about that, guys.
they go to this party at this club, and Gloria goes to the washroom, and this gang of people come in with guns. They point a gun at Gloria, and they look at her ID. She's American. Okay, you can leave. You're good. So Gloria runs. She gets out of there. The gang shoots up the club. Gloria is now looking for Suzu.
Suzu. Suzu's her friend. We gotta do a little bit of background here. She went to visit Suzu. They've been very tight. It's her only family that she has left. Right?
Yes, we find out that her dad is dead, but we have no idea what happened to her mom. Mm-hmm. But we also hear that she's got a broken family. This is Gloria, by the way. Mm-hmm. We have no idea about Suzu's family.
We have no backstory on Gloria. It's pretty much just whatever happens in real time is what actually happens.
Exactly. So she's looking for this friend. She stays up all night at the cafe across the street. There, she has tried asking, calling the hospital, this and that. Finally, the next morning, she wakes up in the cafe alone. That's closed now. Mm-hmm. Let's not get into that aspect.
Yeah.
But she goes to talk to a police officer. Now, I find this very interesting. There's a shady police officer. He looks shady.
Yeah.
By himself, no partner. And she goes to this police officer. I know who shot up the this club. Please help me find my friend.
You want to know something funny about that? The police car is even different from the police cars in the background. If you look at the background, I don't know if that was out of the budget or anything. But
I didn't even notice
the car.
that.
I was like, it's kind of like, why is she? That's why I knew right away that he was.
Oh God!
Was crooked. Like even before that, I knew he was crooked. Well, again, but that just confirmed it.
Knowing the preview, how else is she going to be captured unless she goes to a corrupt cop? So this cop might as well had corrupt written on his forehead. So she sits in the car, and the cops tell me everything. I don't know about you, but that's not really police protocol.
Yeah.
So the guy ends up talking on his cell phone, and Gloria's just sitting there, like, not mind your own business. I turn to Xavier in the theater. I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Even on top of that, too, like I said earlier, why is he driving down the street when the cops are just right there? There's probably a detective there, and she could just...
Absolutely.
He probably would have just taken her. He's like, okay, let's go talk to the detective. He's like, no, let's go to the station.
And I mean, like, I understand this is a movie, and we have to get rid of some reality, but, like, this girl lived in Tijuana for some time growing up. Mexico is not the safest place. Corruption in the police force is understandable. Mm-hmm. Not that it's... I'm not sure how rampant it is. I haven't done my homework on that. But there is reason to believe that you would know that that's a potential option.
Yeah. I mean, like, if there's corrupt cops in the States, there's corrupt cops everywhere.
No, but Mexico has a huge problem with the cartels, right? Like, this is not... Anyway, whatever. That's not the kind... We're kind of getting away from the idea, but it's just... It makes Gloria look very naive. It makes her look stupid. I didn't really like this scene.
Maybe she was... I guess I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, but maybe she was just panicked or could not think straight.
Probably.
She's like, I just seen a bunch of people. Like, I mean, she saw some girl get shot.
She saw a dead body the night before for the first time. There's definitely some nervousness, but...
But I guess I've never been in that situation, but I would think if I seen that, I would probably go to, like, the big group of...
Yeah, I would stay in groups. Like, if you just came out of a shooting in a country where this is kind of the norm, like, And maybe you don't necessarily trust the law and order all over the country. I don't know. For me, I would want to be in groups of people.
Yeah.
Because we both knew she's getting... If you've watched the trailer, we all know that she's going to be captured by this gang. But, you know, I thought she was going to be captured because they came and found her, not because she walked into the gang.
Yeah.
So this cop takes her to the gang, and the gang takes her to the leader of the gang's house, Lino. That's going to be the leader. And they get her to drive a car and park it in front of the DEA safe house, and then they blow it up. Now, I don't understand this at all. Now, see, I thought the reason why they got her to do it is because the DEA didn't know who the leader of the gang was, or what I forget the Spanish word, what they called him, but
the cartel,
whatever the leader is. I thought they didn't know what he looked like. So I thought that was the reason. We'll get someone else to do it, so they don't have a name to the face. But we find out later the DEA actually did know who he was. So what is the point of getting Gloria to do this?
Maybe so. Actually, no, he would still get away with it because he was gonna bomb them no matter what.
Yeah,
he just switched the guy.
Yeah, they didn't know Gloria was coming to him. This plan was always in place.
Maybe he just didn't want to waste one of his guys, and he just put somebody else there. I don't know.
But he could have gotten anyone from the street to do it. Here, I will pay you $1,000. I don't know. Or 1,000 pesos.
Well, you do that, but maybe he was going to do that, and who knows? We have no idea what he was going to do. But at the time when he said, why did he pick her, like going a little forward here, they're like, why did you pick her? He's like, oh, because they wouldn't expect her because she's a gringo.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
That's the first.
But she doesn't look like a gringa.
She doesn't. Well, no.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So when I'm watching this movie, like, I'm at this point, I'm done. I really am. Like, I just don't understand the motives behind characters. And to me, when I'm watching a story, I'm looking at motives. And again, I thought I had the motive. The DA didn't know what he looked like, but we find out 20 minutes later that he does. So it's like, what was? I don't know. And this is another thing with so Lino's number one guy is Peo, and Peo from the moment like he sees this girl, he's like, we can't trust her. Can't trust her. This is a typical kind of mob mentality movie. When a stranger comes into the gang and your number one, the person you trust the most in the gang, says, we can't trust this person, and the gang leader's like, of course we can.
Yeah.
This girl's never going to do anything.
I mean, you know.
It's like 101 gangster. It's so unoriginal. Yeah. You're wrong. And you're like, no.
And on top of that, it's not like she was very slick and her excuses for where she went were the best reasons.
No.
It's like, once he was with the DA, so he was with the DA for, the phone was off, the DEA. DEA
is district attorney.
Yeah, DEA. I said DEA.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
I say it so fast because that you can't hear with your ears.
Yeah, apparently not.
Because you're an idiot.
Wow. So anyway, Gloria escapes. So after they blow up this safe house, Lino's like, we want you to become Miss Baja. So
Baja, I think. I don't know.
Anyways, for some reason, this is an aspect. So they take her to this the pageant place. They sign her up, and she ends up getting away from Peo. She runs for help, screaming she's been abducted, and runs into some Americans. It's like, please help me, I've been abducted. The Americans capture her, and we find out they're the DEA. They've now handcuffed her to a chair, threatening her, calling her a terrorist. And you're like, what?
Wait, and how they just tracked her to? They knew the whole time that she was innocent.
They got it. They clearly had to know that. That was one of my comments that I wanted to make. They clearly don't care about this girl. They're using her. They clearly believe her story because initially they're like, "You're bad. You're a terrorist." And then when she finally agrees to help them, they start talking all nice to her. Like, all you need to do is find us the evidence to clear your name.
Yeah.
So clearly,
they probably should have got just. Were they waiting? But the DA was there already. Were they waiting for anybody? Like, Were they waiting for anybody? How did they know she was gonna escape?
We saw the DEA at the club, right? Before they shot it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we really find out after even that they don't even care about her, because even when she helps them and she gives them Lino on a silver platter, and they don't help her escape.
Yeah, they don't have any escape routes.
They have no intention of helping her. And again,
there's only just 2 guys there. It's just those 2.
There was 3 of them. There was a sniper on the roof too. The 2 of them and the sniper on the roof.
I thought the sniper on the roof was their guy.
Maybe. You have to really I have to rewatch it to kind of see. But anyway, my point is, this is why people don't trust the government. Like, these are police officers that are supposed to help you, and clearly they have no interest in doing that.
Maybe they thought maybe they're like, they didn't help her because they thought she was a criminal the whole time.
But you said clearly they believe. Even you're saying clearly they knew.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the writing was a little wonky there.
Very wonky.
It's never fully explained really anything in this movie.
No, and that's another problem. Nothing, again, and we're kind of illustrating this as we go along. Nothing's really explained. Things are just happening for the sake of happening. Mm-hmm. So she ends up saying, "Okay, I'll work for the DA or the DEA." See, I got that.
DEA.
So what they want her to do is they want her to put a chip from her phone into Lino's phone, and when she does that, she will be free.
I thought it was for her phone.
No, then her phone. That what you have to do is you have to put in your phone and then memorize my number, and then call me when you've done that.
Yeah. Okay.
So she hasn't decided whether to do it or not, to turn on the phone that Lino's given her, but she goes back to Suzu's house, and she kind of showers and kind of composes herself, and then the boy at Suzu's house opens her phone, so she has no choice now. So Lino and his crew come over to Suzu's house, and she has this chip in the phone she has to get rid of, because if they open the phone to see, she'll be seen a traitor and killed. So she puts it in her bra, and then Lino says, "Go to your room," kind of thing. Like, go to your room. He
tells the kid to go to his room, and then Lino tells her to go to her room.
So then Lino comes in with a gun, takes off his shirt. We see like an E on his back with like an asterisk. Mm-hmm. So that's the mark of their gang. And he basically says, if you want the boy to be saved, you have to do me a favor. She's like, okay, whatever you need. And he's like, okay, I want you to strip. She takes off her pants. She takes off her shirt. And as she's about to take off her bra, and she's going to be screwed because she has the chip in her bra, Peo comes to distract her.
Just in time. And
so while Lino's away, she takes the chip out of her bra and puts it back in her phone. And then Lino comes back in, and it's like, I'm just going to lie in the bed, lie with me. Again, just pointless story. It's fake tension.
Yeah.
Completely fake tension.
Honestly,
like, what's Lino's motives here? Is he trying? Because we know as the movie goes on, he never sleeps with her. So clearly, he's not trying to sleep with her. What are the motives?
No, I think he's trying to sleep with her, but he's taking the white knight approach. He's trying to.
He's telling her to strip. He's telling her to strip right off the bat, and then the next thing he's going to do, we're going to talk about, is he sends her on a drug run. This isn't someone being a white knight.
He's doing the white knight and black knight. He's trying to do a mixture. It's never seen before, and clearly we've seen it didn't work because we know how it ends. But we see her trying to. I think like honestly, the reason why he brought her on was not because he thought she was agreeing or anything. I think he was just really, really into her. But like,
see, I don't think he
was.
His
motives were terrible.
He has no motives. No motives whatsoever. He says she reminds him of a girl, Samantha. But if he cares, here's the other thing for you, and that's kind of I'll set up the next scene, and then I'll ask my question to go with it. So they make her a drug mule. They put a bunch of money and tape it to her stomach, and they put a bunch of drugs in her car, and they send her to San Diego to have to go through the border. If he's trying to get with this girl, why would he send her on a suicide mission?
He's taking I don't know. Love's insane. He's
Oh,
he's an abusive person. Like we've noticed that. Like he's a criminal. He's not a a perfect being. We all clearly know he's a little
I'm
bit
just saying,
messed up in the
if
head.
he's trying to sleep with her, he's either going to sleep with her or keep her around to sleep with her. Like the idea is, if you send her on a drug run through the U.S. Mexican border, she probably ain't coming back.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know how she went through that.
And it's funny because I was gonna say somehow she passed the dogs.
Yeah.
And the dogs don't notice. The dogs are there going through every car, drug dogs, and they just walk right behind her. It's so unbelievable. Why even have the dogs there?
I know.
Or at least have a scene saying, like the DEA is calling, saying, "Let her go." Yeah. Like have them in on it.
Or have a scene where they put like some sort of chemical to like take the dogs off the scent of the dog.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. It's unbelievable.
Like I know, just putting it underneath your car, I don't think that's just gonna hide it, right?
What's the? I just don't understand what's going on. Like, why are you doing stupid things? Like, just don't have the dog. Don't even have that scene. She crosses the border. I don't even need to know that. But when you making that scene just as a viewer, I can't get. That's not reality. That's not even reality in the world you've created. That's just it's never would happen.
Yeah, because you have a drug somebody else getting caught out.
Yes.
Yeah, getting arrested for the same charges, right?
And it's not like the dog. It's like not like we're the Millers where they've got all these drugs, but someone else gets caught and they have to deal with them, so she gets to get off scot-free.
Yeah.
The dogs walk beside her car.
Yeah, and she just like smiles at the guy. And yeah, I don't know how she got to pass that, but okay, fine, we'll deal with that. we'll let them have it for what.
I won't. Again, this goes into all my rating and important because. Sorry, this goes all into how I'm going to rate the movie. Mm-hmm. So she goes to San Diego. We meet Jimmy. So Jimmy takes all of the drugs and the money and tells her to get into this new van, which has a bunch of weapons in it, and tells Gloria to tell Lino that there's a mole in his organization.
Yeah.
So she drives back to Tijuana and is told to go to this huge abandoned parking lot. So she calls the DEA, which this guy's name is Brian Reich, and tells him where she's supposed to deliver the guns, and that everyone's going to be there. So Reich tells her to text the word "ox" when she sees Lino, then you're free to go. And Gloria's like, okay.
Yeah, we'll have a switch up for you.
Yeah, Gloria's like, okay, where do I go then? And he's looking on his Google Maps or whatever it is and says, there's a yellow door. So go to that yellow door and have a team waiting to take you out to safety, to pull you out of there. So, perfect. So she does this. So she drives into this parking lot. They're checking the guns. She sees Lino. She texts Ox, and then there's a shootout.
Yeah.
So she just takes all of her bravery, runs to the door, looks in. There's nobody there.
Yeah, she got betrayed, double-crossed.
So this leads me to this question.
This feels like an episode of Grand Theft Auto.
Well, let's talk about this for a second. Is there a bigger scumbag in this movie than Brian Reich, the DEA?
I don't know. Lino's pretty up there too.
I'm going to say no to this. He's a scumbag, but at least he's has more motives than Brian Reich.
Brian Reich's just I want to kill all the bad guys, even though he is a bad guy.
Exactly, it makes him a bigger scumbag.
I mean that movie was terrible, but I feel like Lino's the bigger scumbag because he set this up and he's kind of playing a bigger psychological game on Gloria by.
But you think he likes her?
Yeah, he likes her, but he's messing with her. Just because you like someone doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. There's toxic relationships.
Okay, fair enough. But at least he treats her right. Like he gets her nice dinners, as we're going to talk about.
Yeah, he gets her nice dinners, but he also asks her to strip, and puts dead bodies and threatens to kill her family and stuff like that. He's like,
I don't know. He technically never did that. That was Peo. He never technically threatened that. He mostly was nice to her.
Mostly, yeah, I guess.
Like honestly, more times than not. Like yeah, he made her do stupid things, like take a car with drugs across the border.
Yeah, he did
But,
do that. He sent her on a suicide mission. Plus, he sent her to go blow up a DA's office.
Yeah, but at least he was there to protect her. I don't know. I'm not disputing you, but the DEA was going to brand her a terrorist, and then basically left her for dead in the middle of a shootout with no way out. That to me is a much bigger scumbag. Lino in that same shootout went to run to save her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's messing with her psychologically.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know.
Which is a little bit worse.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. If he actually liked her, I don't know. Either way,
long-term effects of a toxic
even the name Reich, right? Like Reich means empire, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like it. I don't know. I think that that again, this movie just made every male character to be absolute scumbags, and I think Brian's the biggest scumbag because he just flat out. Like, I mean, they all lie to her, I guess, but I don't know. It's because it's like a criminal lying to me is different than like a person of
somebody because
someone's supposed to be protecting you and trust, like to serve and protect, right? That's the job of the police. So when they're lying to you, I feel like
he's not the police though. He's DA. His job is to
get
rid of all the drugs.
Law enforcement. Everyone in law enforcement is to serve and protect. Why are they getting rid of drugs? To protect people.
Yeah.
So when someone like that lies, I feel like it's more of a scumbag. Because if a criminal lies to you, shame on you for believing the criminal.
Fair enough. What about Batman? Do you believe he wouldn't lie to me?
Exactly.
But he's a criminal.
I don't understand what your point
is. Because he's a vigilante. So.
Yeah. But, I guess, but we call him a hero. So again, yeah, if he lied to me, I think it would be worse. I feel like when heroes or good people lie, there's like, or going against their mission, right? Like Batman's got a mission. Like I'm okay. I'm not anti-vigilante.
Yeah, you
I like Batman.
You hate everything.
Why are you turning this into a superhero thing? We're talking about Miss Bala. We've already had our Batman conversation.
I love superheroes. I'm addicted to.
Stick on topic. Our audience wants to know why we didn't like Miss Bala. So during this shootout, Gloria has to make a choice. Just watch the trailer
and you'll know why we don't like Miss Bala.
Gloria has a choice in the middle of the shootout. She can either help Lino and find her friend, or she can run out of there and be hunted by everybody.
Yeah, so obviously the choice is to help Lino.
Yeah, so she grabs Lino, he gets shot, he grabs him like you see in the preview, throws him into the car, gets behind the wheel and drives him out of there. Making a little bit of trust between Lino and Laura.
Brian dies.
Yes, all the DEA die. Yeah. Thank God. So they take her to this gang safe house, and we meet Isabella, and this is Peyo's girl, who is also threatened to be there. Like she does, she's being threatened if she leaves, her family will be killed.
Yeah.
So Peyo gets wind of that there's a mole in the organization.
But he doesn't get wind. He accuses Gina. Well, yeah, that big thing.
Gloria says that I was told by Jimmy that there's a mole in the organization, so Peyo has to find the mole. So he takes everyone's phones, and he puts them all into a room and locks the room. But Gloria gets into the room by creating a distraction and takes the chip out of her phone and puts it in some random phone. And the next day and a half, as it's going on, we see some bonding between Gloria and Lino, right? They go to get food together. He teaches her how to shoot a gun, etc.
He visit her to visit his family. Is that his family, or is that just a place to go eat?
Just a good food, right?
Oh, okay.
We get this idea that Lino wants to retire and buy this land and just own a ranch. Mm-hmm. That's like right there, he's not surviving the movie, and then he's not a good person. Like that. Yeah. That is like villainy 101. I'm just being a criminal to buy land so I can be a rancher. Mm-hmm. Like we hear that all the time. So they get back, and Peyo has found the mole, and it's Isabella. That was the phone that.
Yeah, who didn't see that one?
I know. Xavier turns to me, and he's like, "Yep, saw that one coming a mile away." It's so obvious.
It's all because he had a sad story, and I'm like, I wish it was in one of the random criminals, but no, it's in Isabella, and she's gonna get murdered.
But it doesn't make any sense. I turned to Xavier right away after he says this. I'm like, it doesn't make sense because they shouldn't be believing this. Because there's no way Isabella would have known about the gun delivery. She wasn't even there. She wasn't even around. Pale's not calling this girl who's being there under duress, being like, "Hey, sweetie, we have this gun delivery, so just let you know I'm gonna be late."
Maybe he goes over, like, we don't know where she was the whole time, right? And we haven't seen Pale, so maybe somewhere behind. I guess they're banking that. We think maybe movies that do this.
But then Pale should be punished for this too.
That's true.
For telling her. Right? No?
Yeah.
There's no way that they should be believed that Isabella should be the criminal. But you want to know why? You want to know why it's got to be Isabella?
They make it sad because he had a sad story.
Nope. That's not the reason.
Why?
Loss of innocence.
Oh.
This is what shatters Gloria. This is what breaks her. She saw death, but this is the first person that she's actually killed.
Well, responsible for.
Mm-hmm. She knew that whoever she put that bug into, that phone, would be killed. She could have just flushed it down the toilet, but she chose to put it in someone's phone.
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't know why she did. I would have just put it in the toilet or thrown it somewhere. Like, I don't know why she chose to put it in someone's phone.
I think maybe she thought she was putting it in...
Because clearly there was a bathroom in there because that was her excuse for being away.
Yeah, I thought it was a bathroom, but then it opened up to a different door, and I was like, what? But then there are bathrooms that have two doors to them.
I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the reason why she had to die, because this is the loss of innocence of Gloria. So we get the end game kind of being revealed. So the next day, Lino wakes up Gloria and takes her to this room with all these lovely dresses. And she's like, "What is this for?" And she's like, "You're going to be Miss Baja." And Gloria's like, "No, I'm not. I don't want to do this." And this is like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I am done.
Like, you can kill me, blah, blah, blah.
Kill me, do whatever you want for me. Just make your decision. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend my whole life being a... What's it called? Like the Juju girl? I don't know what it's called.
Whatever it is. So Lino's like, "Come here. You know how I've been trying to find Suzu for you? I found her. Take a look at this video." And we find out that the chief of police, Sacido, has abducted her. So that night of the shooting, a lot of the attractive girls were rounded up and put into a truck and sold into sex slavery. So, your enemy is my enemy, Lino tells her.
So we got to work together.
Exactly.
To stop the enemy.
So you can leave, or you can help me, because whoever wins Miss Baja gets invited to Chief Sacido's house, into the bedroom, and you can go in there and get him alone.
We're gonna kill him,
and then we'll kill him, and we'll get your friend back. So she agrees.
Technically, they didn't even need... I don't know why they needed her. They could just... It could have been any girl that could have won. And then...
Don't ruin how I'm going to waste the movie, okay? Save that. Don't ruin my ending, okay? This is my whole thing. I've been waiting... I purposely didn't say this on the way home because I wanted it to leave it to the end.
My bad.
Ruined my thing. Anyway, so she puts... what do we call it? A communicator in her ear, so Lino can hear everything, and he can speak to her and help her through it. So she goes into this pageant. She wins because Lino has bought the judges, and she goes into Sacido's and flirts with them, and she gets invited to his room. On the way, she sees Suzu, and she goes to talk to him, like, "I'm here to help you." And Suzu tells the whole story, like, "I went into this. I got put into this truck, and then these people beat me, and then they put this on my hand. They made me do incredible things, like slavery things." Yeah. And she notices it's the E and the star, the same mark that
Isabella has and Lino has.
Oh,
it's a mark of the gang.
So Gloria realizes that Lino is the one who actually captured Suzu and sold her to sex slavery. Dun dun dun.
That's a really dumb idea.
Okay. Again, I want to say this for the end because there's a lot to dissect with that scene.
Okay.
So
All
Gloria
right.
goes into this room and she warns Cecido that Lino is coming by writing this on a postcard, like writing Lino's coming to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this huge shootout. Peo ends up getting killed, but pretty much everyone in the gang dies except for Lino, and all of Cecido's guards die except for Cecido. So Gloria gets this gun. She goes knocks on every door, finding Suzu, finds her, and they leave. And as they get to the front door, Cecido grabs her to use her as a shield. Suzu. So now it's Suzu being held at gunpoint by Cecido and pointing the gun at Lino, who's got a gun point at them. Mm-hmm. So Gloria shoots Cecido, killing
the leg.
Him. Yeah, and then it doesn't. Oh no, because she doesn't kill him.
Lino comes up and does the cartel execution.
Yeah. So then Gloria points the gun at Lino and says to Suzu, "Put up your hand." She puts up her hand so Lino can see that the, mark is there, and basically said Lino doesn't deny. He's like, "I had to do what I had to do," and Gloria shoots him, kills him.
Well, no, because he runs at her, which is
but he shoots her. But he was gonna shoot her. She was gonna shoot him anyway. Like,
yeah, I know he was gonna shoot. But
that Isabella scene set that scene up.
But when you had the gun, you might as well just use the gun if your whole idea was to try and pull a gun out.
Yeah.
And
so both are arrested when the police come, and Gloria gets interrogated. And at the interrogation, it's Jimmy. Ooh.
What's Jimmy? Jimmy,
we find out
probably undercover DEA.
No, not DEA.
I know. I thought he was DEA, but then they opened the.
DEA. It was CIA.
So?
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
100%.
When you first saw him,
the DIA was seen. You can't make them villains and then have them heroes at the end. It had to be a different agency.
Okay.
Maybe the FBI, but I'm like, it's probably CIA.
I knew he was undercover. I thought Jimmy would be undercover for sure.
Anthony Mackie. I thought it was only in it for like 2 scenes of the movie for sure.
Yeah.
So he basically tells Gloria, "You changed a lot. I want you to work for me." Okay. So she's like, "I will if you drop charges and free Suzu." So he does. Suzu gets reignited with Chara, the kid, and then we have the end of the movie as Gloria and Jimmy drive off into the sunset.
Yeah, Suzu's definitely dead after that movie. Like, literally, I'll give it probably a day. The cartel are
Assuming
looking
people
for
are left from it. But yes.
Everyone hears the story, right? They're like, oh, this lady, because the police talk, right? The police are corrupted. Everything, words get around. Like, this girl killed all these people, and only those 2 girls lived.
One of my demands would have been to extradite her to the States.
Yeah, that's what would have been me, just to save her. But even then, she probably would have got killed in the jail cell, to be honest, if the police was corrupt.
Unless it was a good jail, because they were, I don't know. But either way, that's probably a little nitpick, but I'm with you. So, okay. My first question I have for you is, why didn't Lino just get Suzu to win the Miss Baja pageant and then get her into Cecido's room, right? Because we have Chara, either the brother or the son, which will be one of my next questions. What is her relationship with him? Mm-hmm. Lino could just be like, if you don't do it, I'm going to kill the kid. She actually wanted to be in the pageant.
Yeah, honestly, you could have got. Why didn't he just get? It could have been any girl.
That's what I'm saying. But you had her in you. You've taken her, right? You already have her. She's no choice. You've broken her. Yeah. So why do you go get Gloria, who's someone you can't trust, when you have Suzu, who has this kid that she's taking care of, and would do anything for? And she actually wanted to win this pageant.
We even know if that's her kid. Is that her brother, kid? We don't know who that is.
Yeah, no, that's another one of my questions. The movie never actually says if it's. I think it's the brother. I do.
Yeah, I thought it was her brother.
But it doesn't say that, because theoretically it could be her kid, because Gloria is the godmother.
Yeah.
So why would... She's probably about the same age as Suzu, right? Mm-hmm. So why would you make your godmother... I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. But anyway, the point is, this movie should never have happened, because there was no need for Gloria. It should have been Suzu.
Well, yeah, Suzu. Or maybe have Gloria, the character of Gloria, written as Suzu. I don't know.
It was either way. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You could say any girl, but they've actually set up in this movie Suzu to be the character to be the winner of this pageant. She wanted to be in the pageant. She wanted to win. All they had to do was take her and be like, listen, we will kill you and your son or brother, whoever it is. We don't know. If you don't help us. She would have been like, okay, all I have to do is win a pageant and go sleep with a
Chief Salato.
Which she was going to do anyway.
Yes.
Remember, they went to the club to flirt with the chief.
To get to win,
To
right?
win,
He pays...
and she's the one who tells... Suzu's the one who tells Gloria that whoever wins the pageant sleeps with the chief of police.
Yeah.
Another scumbag. Another male scumbag in the movie. Because the males in this movie are scumbags. So you have a character that's willing to do everything on her own. All she had to do is all Lino had to do to Suzu was like, listen, do you want to win the pageant? Yes, I do. Then can you help me? We'll rig it for you to win the pageant because we can just buy off everyone like they did for Gloria. And then all you have to do is when you get into the room, just wear this thing in your ear and just tell me what room you're in, and we will kill the chief, and you win the pageant. You get all the glory.
Yeah, and she doesn't even have to threaten. He doesn't even have to threaten
That's
the
what
son.
I'm saying. She
just wants to play and win.
This movie doesn't even need to happen, which is the biggest problem with this movie.
Yeah.
All right, my second question. Why is Jimmy working with Lino? Why is the CIA helping Lino?
I don't know. The CIA worked with Pablo Escobar, didn't they? Earlier?
No. I don't think so.
Earlier in the...
yeah, I guess they did a little bit.
Because they wanted to stop the... So they always stop...
I don't know. But at least they didn't ever explain that.
Yeah, and didn't the CIA train Osama to overthrow the Afghanistan,
kind of,
right?
yeah.
So they always say he does have a history of...
But at least they could be
working with
explained. Like, there's
criminals.
reasons why in those cases they did help him. And
Yeah,
even in
this
that
one, I
Tom
don't know.
Cruise movie, American Made, they explain why they're working with Escobar. Like, it's always explained. What was the point?
American Made. That was a good movie.
No, it wasn't, but that's a different story.
It.
All right. So we can agree that it doesn't. This movie never explains it.
Yeah,
And
I don't
now,
know.
Is that a nitpick
Jimmy,
or is that a big thing in this movie that we don't get that explanation? I think it's a big thing.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, the fact that the movie doesn't need to happen, I don't think that anything else really will top that. So, I think.
Well, I'm gonna take it.
Does it break the movie? I mean, if they're not supposed to work together, then. But even then, like you said earlier, this whole movie would all she has to do is just because anyone could have just killed the chief, right? He could have just rigged any girl to
Once
win.
we knew what the end game was, absolutely. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why Jimmy's working with the CIA, but how about this? What is the purpose of the DEA in this movie?
They're trying to stop Lino because he sells drugs.
But why? Why do we need those? Why do we need that scene?
I have no idea.
Why does to make the American government look bad?
I guess.
I don't know. I just don't understand what their
To make her have the
is.
mole. I guess it was trying to make some suspense thriller. They're like, let's make this
Let's add
thrill
some
and
suspense, but by making some scumbag cops. Okay, fair enough. All right, we've already talked about the relationship between the brother and the kid we don't know. All right, how about this question? Why do the gang give Suzu a tattoo?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
Because branding of a tattoo is normally to say that you're a member of the gang.
yeah.
So you said that you knew immediately that, or Gloria knew immediately that Lino had taken Suzu, and that was the big twist.
Yeah.
But I that's what I thought too, because I knew how the movie was being written, how Lino was being written in the movie. But what would have been a way better movie was if Suzu or the E and the star tattoo wasn't for their gang, but was for the chief of police, and that Lino used to be in that gang, but was like betrayed by it, and that's why he has the tattoo. Or like that Suzu was in on it all the time. Like something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It needed to be a different twist.
Yeah.
But this movie was never about that.
Yeah, it was just about, Miss Bala killing people.
But this goes even a little bit more to it, because like, why would the gang want people to know that this person in sex slavery was in their gang?
I think
moreover than that too, why would the chief of police let someone with that tattoo into his house, knowing that that is their rival gang that's trying to kill him?
Maybe no one saw it. It was dark. But
you're telling me? Remember, she did the whole numbers are here, right? You could see, you're telling me they're not going to look for that tattoo?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know, but who knows? My problem was, I guess they're trying to brand their property.
But again, and that's fine. I get that. But here's the problem: the chief's enemy is that gang. Why would he let someone now? If you knew that the chief was going to let this person in, why wouldn't you get someone you trusted to assassinate, like a Black Widow kind of character, to go in?
I thought we were going to talk about superheroes.
I'm just saying, I'm using or Atomic Blonde, fine, that kind of character.
Red Sparrow
with that same, or be like, I've been with this gang the entire time, but wait, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. When I saw that, I'm like, why would you, if you're going to betray her, especially with what you're trying to do, why would you decide to have them have a tattoo?
I don't know.
Cause she's gonna know, cause you showed her the tattoo and the other girl showed her the tattoo, so
yeah, exactly. And plus, you're
there's a link, right?
You don't think that maybe Gloria might run into her at this party?
Yeah,
and she might tell her that these guys tattooed me.
Mm-hmm.
And you've already shown her your tattoo on your back.
Well, technically, you wouldn't think she'd be at the party, right? Because
no, he did. He told her that she was. He told her she was going to be there.
Oh, he made.
I know it makes no. This movie makes no sense. The motives of any of the characters, the male characters, make no sense.
I don't know.
I feel like this is a.
This movie's just dumb decisions, dumb writing.
But this movie is about female empowerment because you have a strong female character. But if you're gonna, my problem is, and I'm all for strong female character movies, just make a good story to go with it. Like Atomic Blonde, great story, great movie, strong female character. You don't have to make every male character dumb to make a strong female movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm done talking about this. Anything else you want to talk about? Do you have any questions that you want to talk about?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right. What are you giving this movie out of 10?
Probably going to give this a 4.
A 4. You're much more, you talk about a couple weeks ago when I was giving 10s out for the Goonies, and you're like, you're such an easy person. You're way easy. If we look at all the tape and all of the movies,
Listen, you have more 10s. I've not given one 10.
I bet you, if we count all the differences and we tally your score and my score, you're higher way more times than I am.
Yeah, but how many times have you given a 10?
One.
I've never given a 10.
Just one.
Yeah. So I've never given a 10.
Good for you. My ranking of this movie is a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with a 3. I will say that Gina Rodriguez did a good job, and there is some decent action sequences that make it worth watching. I would not go see this movie in theaters. I would wait for Netflix or whatever digital streaming you want to do to it, but do not go see this movie in theaters.